McDonald's won't deliver over here because they say it's a bad neighborhood. But we don't see that. I see people who are trying to do the best they can with what they have, and it's a beautiful thing.
We want this to be a community that people want to move into. My wife and I moved to Galveston from Chicago, where we've just finished grad school, just following what God is calling us to do. When we got to Galveston, we knew this was a place we wanted to invest long term. We came about 2 years after Hurricane Ike. The first summer we spent a lot of time doing disaster relief, but it was a changing of the season. We believe without Christ's transformational power, this community will never be the way we believe God desires it to be. And so we've been actively educating children, mentoring youth, doing job training, job creation, ways to help move the poverty needle, helping develop a community that people mostly have said, forget that place.
It's really easy to see this neighborhood as statistics, but these are people and these are stories. When I heard Josh start talking about kingdom work and doing the work of God here in this neighborhood, I was sold. The GUM has a unique ability to be able to speak into the lives of our neighbors that I don't see a lot of other groups having. I've watched people kind of break the cycle of poverty. I've seen students graduate from high school, students get jobs and actually be able to work. I've seen even our relationship to the fact of where we can walk into any apartment in Parkland, the people will accept us there and they know us and they love us.
There's a new heartbeat on the island. Community members are stepping up against the violence, the crime, and the drugs that plague this community. They're saying, no more, we're not going to do this anymore. We've actually heard our community members say, we've never seen the church like this before.
They have volunteers who come down from different churches and they play with the kids, because some kids, they don't have fathers and stuff. So they have grown men who come play with them and stuff. And they look up to them. They tell me I like this dude, he came play with me and stuff.
Marquise has been kind of a source of joy for me because he has worked so hard to get done what he needs to get done, and he's graduated from high school, which was a big deal, and I got to be at his graduation, and now he is working really hard to get into Blinn.
They awesome people. They like helping people. They very supportive, and then they'll help me get a scholarship for school and save up for hopefully buy a car, and then I'll be attending Blinn College in June. In August, in the fall.
Galveston as a whole has a very transient population. If we don't get into the family, it's really challenging. We only get the kids, between 2 to 12 hours a week. And so that's not enough to make a huge impact and influence in their whole life or their culture. And so we've got to be within the families, and not just the child or just the parent, but the whole family. Because ultimately, for this community to be transformed, we need families that are whole. We love what we've seen go on. We've seen families get married. There's not many married families in our community, and so we've gotten to do weddings, even in this room where we're sitting. We've baptized kids. We've seen kids come to faith and youth come to faith. We've seen neighbors step up and take leadership roles, which has been really fun. Ultimately, our legacy, we want to be able to say, hey, we're not doing it anymore. Our community is doing it. It wasn't Josh and his wife or the GUM staff. It's look what the community is doing. And we're seeing that already taking place now because we've brought a community together that says we have to stand up to make this change. We can't do it as individuals, but as a community and as the church, it's really, really fun to see that take place.